Hello, tea lovers and urban gardeners. Welcome back to Urban Garden Republic. Today we're steeping into the world of herbal teas, showing you how to grow, dry, and brew your very own tea garden. Whether you have a spacious backyard or a cozy balcony, this guide is for everyone. Join me for tea time. The foundation of any great herbal tea garden starts with selecting the right plants. Popular choices include chamomile, known for its calming and sleep-inducing properties. Mint, including peppermint and spearmint, for a refreshing boost. Mint tea is excellent for digestion. Lavender for relaxation. Lemon balm to elevate mood, and known for reducing stress and anxiety. Green tea for antioxidants. Sage tea is known for its throat-soothing and anti-inflammatory properties. Lemongrass, known for its digestive and calming effects. Echinacea is widely used to boost the immune system. Rosemary, known for its memory-enhancing properties. Thyme tea is beneficial for coughs and sore throats due to its antiseptic properties. Fennel seeds are used to make a digestive tea. Calendula flowers make a soothing tea that's good for the skin and digestion. Tulsi or holy basil is praised for its stress-reducing and medicinal properties. Each plant has its unique needs, but most require well-drained soil and a fair amount of sunlight. Stay tuned until the end of this video, where we will guide you through the specifics of each plant and what it needs to flourish. Once you've chosen your plants, it's time to get your hands dirty. Most herbal tea plants prefer a sunny spot and thrive in pots or garden beds. Chamomile and lavender require little maintenance, thriving in full sun and well-drained soil. Peppermint prefers a bit of shade and moist soil, while lemon balm needs regular pruning to prevent it from taking over. For green tea, a warm, sheltered spot is essential, as it's more sensitive to cold. Harvesting at the right time is crucial for the best flavor. Morning is the best time, after the dew has dried but before the sun is too intense. For chamomile, pick the flowers when fully open. Peppermint and lemon balm leaves can be harvested before the plants flower for optimal taste. Lavender flowers should be picked when they are fully colored but not fully open. And for green tea, young leaves and buds are ideal. Drying your herbs properly will ensure their flavors are preserved. Here are some drying tips for herbs. Air drying. Tie the herbs in small bunches and hang them upside down in a warm, dry, and well-ventilated space out of direct sunlight. Oven drying. Lay the herbs on a baking sheet and dry in the oven at the lowest setting. Keep the door slightly open to allow moisture to escape. Dehydrator. If using a dehydrator, follow the manufacturer's instructions, usually setting it at the lowest temperature for herbs. Some herbs, like green tea leaves, can be pan-fried to stop oxidation. Once dried, store your tea leaves in airtight containers away from light to maintain their aroma and benefits. Now for the most rewarding part, brewing your tea. The general rule is 1 teaspoon of dried herbs per cup of hot water. Let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes, adjusting to taste. Some like to steep for 10 to 15 minutes. Feel free to experiment with mixing herbs to create your unique blends. Remember, the beauty of your herbal tea garden is that it's tailored to your palate and wellness needs. Now to get into some tips for your tea garden planting. Chamomile, Matricaria chamomilla. Chamomile is relatively easy to grow. The flowers are used for brewing tea. Light requirements: full sun to partial shade. Soil prefers well-drained, sandy soil. Watering: keep soil moist but not waterlogged. Overwatering can lead to root rot. Harvesting tip: harvest the flowers when they are fully open, in the morning after the dew has evaporated. Mint, Menthus pp. Including peppermint and spearmint, is vigorous and easy to grow. Container planting. Best grown in containers to prevent it from overtaking the garden. Watering. Likes consistently moist soil. Use mulch to help retain soil moisture. Harvesting. Cut stems just before flowering for the most potent flavor. Lavender, Lavandula. Soil. Requires well-drained, slightly alkaline soil. Consider adding lime if your soil is acidic. Sunlight. Thrives in full sun. Pruning. Prune early in the spring to encourage bushy growth and prevent woodiness. Lemon balm, Melissa officinalis. A member of the mint family, lemon balm has a mild lemon scent. Sunlight and shade. Grows well in both full sun and partial shade. Soil prefers well-drained, fertile soil. Regularly amend with compost. Pruning. Prune regularly to encourage growth and prevent it from spreading uncontrollably. Green tea, Camellia sinensis. Climate, best in zones 7-9. In cooler zones, grow in a greenhouse or indoors. Soil, prefers acidic, well-drained soil. Use ericaceous compost when growing in pots. Watering, keep the soil moist, especially during dry spells. Avoid waterlogging. Harvesting, harvest the youngest leaves and leaf buds in the spring for the best flavor. Sage, Sunlight and shade, grows well in full sun soil, prefers well-drained, fertile soil. Timing. The best time to harvest sage leaves is in the morning after the dew has evaporated, but before the sun is too hot. This is when the essential oils are most concentrated, offering the best aroma and flavor. Season late spring through early summer is ideal, just before or as the plant starts to flower. You can continue to harvest until the first frost. Lemongrass, Cymbopogon citratus. Sunlight and shade, best in zones 9-11. In cooler zones, grow in pots to bring indoors during winter or treat as an annual. Soil, prefers rich, loamy soil with good drainage. It thrives in slightly acidic to neutral pH. Watering, requires consistent moisture. Water deeply when the top inch of soil feels dry to the touch. Avoid waterlogging. Harvesting. Harvest lemongrass stalks once they're about half an inch thick by cutting them close to the ground level. Use the lower bulbous part of the stalks for the most flavor. Echinacea, Echinacea cppp. Sunlight and shade, hardy in zones 3-9. Thrives in a wide range of climates with full sunlight. Soil, prefers well-drained soil. It is drought-tolerant once established but performs best with regular watering in dry spells. Water regularly during the first growing season to establish deep, extensive root systems. Reduce frequency once established. Harvesting, harvest flower heads in full bloom during summer. Roots can be harvested in the fall from plants that are at least 3 years old. Rosemary, Rosmarinus officinalis. Sunlight and shade, best in zones 7-10. In cooler zones, grow in containers to bring indoors during winter, or grow as an annual. Soil, prefers well-drained sandy soil. It tolerates poor soil but not wet feet. Deal soil pH is neutral to slightly alkaline. Watering, drought-tolerant once established. Water deeply but infrequently, allowing the soil to dry out between watering. Harvesting, harvest sprigs as needed throughout the year. The best time to harvest for drying is in the morning after the dew has evaporated. Time, Thymus vulgaris. Sunlight and shade, hardy in zones 5-9. Can be grown as a perennial in these zones, with some varieties more cold-resistant. Soil, prefers well-drained, sandy or loamy soil. It thrives in neutral to slightly alkaline pH. Watering, drought-tolerant once established. Water when the soil is completely dry to avoid overwatering. Harvesting, harvest time just before the plant flowers by cutting the top 5 to 6 inches of growth. Early morning is the best time for harvesting. Fennel, Feniculum vulgare. Sunlight and shade, grows best in zones 4-9 as an annual. It can tolerate mild climates but may not survive harsh winters. Soil, prefers well-drained, fertile soil rich in organic matter. Fennel can grow in acidic to neutral soil pH. Watering, keep soil consistently moist, especially during dry periods and when growing for seed production. Harvesting, harvest fennel seeds when the flower heads turn brown and seeds are hard. Cut the flower stalks and hang them upside down in a bag to catch seeds. Calendula, Calendula officinalis. Sunlight and shade can be grown in zones 2-11 as an annual. It tolerates a wide range of temperatures but prefers cooler conditions. Soil, prefers well-drained, fertile soil but is adaptable to various soil types. Watering, water regularly to keep the soil moist, especially in hot, dry weather. Calendula is somewhat drought-tolerant but blooms best with consistent moisture. Harvesting, harvest flower heads when they are fully open on a dry, sunny day. Regular harvesting encourages continuous blooming. Tulsi or holy basil, Ocimum sanctum. Sunlight and shade, best grown in warm climates, zones 10-11. In cooler zones, grow as an annual or in containers indoors. Soil, prefers rich, well-drained soil with a neutral to slightly acidic pH. Watering, keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged. Tulsi prefers more moisture than most basil varieties. Harvesting, harvest leaves and flowering tops as needed throughout the growing season. For the best flavor, harvest in the morning when the essential oils are strongest. And there you have it, your very own guide to growing and enjoying an herbal tea garden. At Urban Garden Republic, we believe in the power of plants to nurture body and soul. Subscribe for more gardening insights and join us as we explore the green world together. Until next time, happy gardening and happy brewing.